If you've ever had a riding lesson or listened to a riding lesson, you may have noticed that instructors will often focus on one area. They'll say, put your heels down, get those shoulders back, keep your hands above the withers, have better contact, do something different with your hands, keep that lower leg still. The instruction is focused on the area of the body where the problem is being seen. Or for you as a rider, you may be focusing on this for yourself. You know, I feel my lower leg swinging, so I just got to keep my lower leg more still. Or I want to have better contact with the horse's mouth, with the reins. I want to be able to use the reins and the bit better, so I need to focus on my hands. I've got to improve my hands. But what this ignores, this focused approach, is that the body is super connected. I'm Kelly King, a rider, trainer, riding instructor, and founder of Horse Class. And I have been studying a lot about the body and about movement. And I'll tell you what fascinates me so much about the body is how connected it is. I realized this as a riding instructor, that when I want to help a rider improve their contact, it's not actually their hands that I usually have to change. It's something that's going on elsewhere in the body. It's a block of movement somewhere else that is making the arms stiff, that doesn't allow them to easily follow the horse's movement and have that good contact that they want. Or if I have a rider whose lower leg is swinging as they ride, it's not that they need to hold their lower leg still. Again, there's a block somewhere else in the body that is creating the movement to then express there by their lower leg swinging around. So it has led me to really looking to understand the connections in the body and how to address kind of the root causes of poor balance or lack of good movement in the saddle, so that all of these common rider problems can kind of just start to go away on their own. And what I want to do for you today is take you through a few exercises so that you can feel for yourself just how connected your body is. All right, the first one that we're going to do is reach with one arm up above your head. You might think that we're starting to do stretching or yoga here, but what I want you to feel is you reach your hand up. Can you feel all the way down to your foot? Now do it on the other side. Reach your hand up and feel along your side. Can you feel little changes, muscles that tighten or muscles that let go, kind of a line of stretch all the way down to your foot? Okay, bring your arm down. So that was kind of an obvious one. Now we're going to do one that shows how when we hold tension, it can change our body, not just from stretching. I want you to tighten your jaw. Okay, so think about if you're angry or you're having a bad day and you clamp your jaw. Do that for just a few moments with me. Okay, now you keep the jaw tight and notice, what do you feel in your belly? My belly got tight too. I stopped breathing. I also got kind of stiff through my legs. If I was in the saddle right now, I wouldn't be moving very well with my horse. Now go ahead and soften your jaw. Feels good to let that tension go. As you soften your jaw, what happens through the rest of your body? I want to take a deep breath. My belly was able to soften. My knees are softer. I can feel my feet. So just by tightening this part of the body, we actually tightened everything. And just by releasing the tension that we were holding here, we were able to release everything. Okay, now we're going to do another one. Imagine if you could pull up your stomach and like you were taking all your internal organs and pulling them up. Okay, what does this feel like? Harder to breathe, probably a little tight in your stomach. Also, we talk about center of gravity with riding and how we want to keep our center of gravity low in order to have better balance. As you just made your stomach tight, where did your center of gravity go? Up, because we literally lifted all of those internal organs up. Now let that go. Soften your belly. Soften your lower back. Where did your weight go? Where did your center of gravity go? Lower. Could you feel it? Could you feel how your knees got softer? Maybe your hips got a little bit more loose. Even my upper body feels better from doing that. So that's another thing. In riding, how often have you heard, tighten your core, keep a tight stomach? But we just felt how we actually improved how we're feeling in our body by letting go of that tension. Okay, now I've got one more for you to feel this. Take your hand, make a fist. Squeeze it tight. Push your thumb down on the top like you were pushing the reins down on top of your hands and you were hanging onto those reins. Where do you feel this? Your elbow and your shoulder. If you were to move your arm a little bit, can you move your arm very easily? Okay, now soften your hands. Just close your fingers lightly. Imagine that you were holding the reins, but you were holding them softly. How well can you move your arms? What does your chest and your shoulders feel like? There's a big difference. So just by changing the way that we were closing our hand and how much tension we had in our hand, we changed the rest of our body. This is what happens in riding. Oftentimes, the places where we hold tension get expressed elsewhere. It looks like the swinging leg, or it looks like the leaning forward, or the shoulders going forward, but it actually started somewhere else. And when we can learn to soften in these key areas, which we actually went through 2 key areas here, softening in the belly, softening in the jaw, it can totally change your riding just from doing this. So this is my challenge to you. The next time that you're riding, just practice these 3 things that we did. Feel that tension, let it go as you're in the saddle, and feel the changes in the saddle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.